I saw an article on one of these internet YouTube videos. It's entitled "The Truth Why Pope Benedict the 16th Resigned," and I'm saying that I don't think he understands this whole issue here. He talks about a whole bunch of this and that or whatever. Look, he was German, and they elected him hoping that it would be a counter Reformation, right? Counter collapse of the Roman Empire and a counter Reformation, because it's Germans that have destroyed the Roman Empire. First, you had the barbarians that smashed Rome, and culminated in I think it's 476, and then in the 16th century, Martin Luther posted a 95 Thesis on the Catholic door, and this catapulted into a Reformation in which the church, many churches came out of the Catholic Church, as it were. Now, this is key. They're saying that these churches came out from them and that they're still daughters and they ought to come back home because Papa wants them back home. This is what he preaches in Europe. And so he's not getting anywhere with this. So that a ruthless person thinks that he has to come on and do the job that this counter reformer and counter destructor nation would do. Now, he is of the Pope Francis is of the Jesuit order, and recall they're the ones that stopped the Christian Reformation. They killed until they were satisfied, and they thought that the Reformation was dead, infiltrated, created diversions and a whole variety of other things, and killing culminated in the Reformation sort of sliding. Albeit it hasn't died really, because even to today you still have people with a reformationary fervor going forward, preaching Jesus is the only way to salvation, and our works can't accomplish it. What I need to say, however, is this: that in spite of whatever they believe and whatever Pope Francis believes, it's not going to be like during the Middle Ages when they could go out and kill as they want. We live in a different culture. And how he's going to get that legitimacy to go out and kill all these people, and hopefully kill all the Christians, and then evil and the Roman Empire could rule the world. Well, they're doing it by affecting education. People don't understand the issues. I recall in school you teach, in middle school they teach social science, social studies, which deal with the Middle Ages and the Reformation and all that kind of thing. And the Catholics' agenda and the Pope's role and so on. And in high school they do world history. Again, these kids don't have the maturity, or they don't have the framework to assess these courses. And generally, they have undermined education worldwide. And so, with evil increasing, and I'm sure they're behind the flood of evil, so that with ignorance and evil, you back into the Middle Ages when the Catholic Church was dominant and could issue bulls and excommunicate leaders and so forth. Now, I'm not sure how far or how close they're going to get to this. And we're sort of not seeing the big picture. All the Middle East stuff, all what's going on in the Ukraine. You could look at it and see the bottom line is, and this recent issue in the Crimea would show clearly what was happening. Now, you just have to say this about democracy, and we sort of feel that democracy is our thing and it's the greatest thing on earth and we're going to die for the democracy, huh? But what was happening, the stock market started to slide. Even the Russian holdings began to decline also. And so Putin came out and made a statement and things stabilized and it's kind of increasing again. So if there's a war, as it were, just as how going into the Middle East, what would happen, the economies of the world will start to suffer. And in this scenario, if things become very dangerous and collapse and the misery and all that following, then he's going to come to this holy man that could make everybody happy. But the question is, do they have the trillions that would necessarily be needed to run the show? I see the next year budget for America is $3 trillion. I don't even think Catholic Church has $1 trillion. I mean, in cash. But then again, that's going to be a different thing, and I don't want to get into the market of beasts and how we can be able to buy or sell except you have their authority or their sort of respect and recognition and so on. And so I would say this is the reason why he resigned. He's not making inroads, as it were, that will make the Catholic Church feel like we would be able to become the ruler of the world and bring back the Roman Empire in a short, in short terms here. So, brother, Pope Francis come on now, and he gone through Latin America, hoping that he could come with a crescendo, that they're gonna give him this big catapult, and the whole world gonna say, "Oh, here, Father, we love you," But it coming to the top, nothing came out of it. Who cares about what goes on in the Middle East? I mean, in Latin America. Who cares about the Pope? Who thinks that he's the best thing after sex? And so again, they're out there deceiving these politicians, thinking that democracy is great, and go and kill up and shoot up the place with democracy. And when really and truly they're going to be laughing it back when the economies collapse and the world is on the verge of a stupendous crisis, perhaps the last and the greatest in history, all rolled up in one. So I think this is why this Pope had to resign. He's not making the moves that will make Rome feel assured that the Roman Empire is coming, imminently.